Okay, so where we left off, we had just gone into this room. We'd appeared in this room that there was a lot of broken glass, um, as well as some dead fish all over the ground. And as we approached the end of it, we ended up kicking this thing that was hard, which we determined at that point was a severed head. So we got the hell out of there, and we found ourselves in this room with a bunch of various colored jellyfish. So our decision right now is to either head back on to go find our friend who came here with us, or to press on. I'm personally thinking that trying to go back will probably be considered a bad end. But that's just me completely speculating. The other one could be the bad end as well. Or it could be a, but thou must kind of situation. So, I'm gonna go with... Let's press on. Going back is dangerous. I can't do anything by stopping here. I have to press on. Sorry, I'm just adjusting a little bit to make sure everything is readable for me. Okay, perfect. And so I start towards the starry sky. I gaze in fascination to the right and left of me. If circumstances weren't as they were, I would have stopped and stared at each and every tank. The tanks lined up together are beautiful enough, but each one is vivid like the night sky inlaid with jewels. Altogether, there are 7 tanks. Each one holds a different type of jellyfish, some with poison, some without, categorized by aspects such as where they live. They really are beautiful. By the way, this is supposed to be the character that I'm playing, Mayumi. I stop and stand in the very center, between the 3rd and 4th tanks. I wonder if the last time we came, these tanks were here. Nakanomi Mari, my little sister. This is going to be a lot of speaking in this game, so forgive me as I take sips. I really don't want to lose my voice. I lean my back against one of the tanks and sit down. Whenever Mari's face appears in my mind, I lose all of my strength. If anyone saw me, I'd be embarrassed. But here and now in Manton Aquarium, there's no one around. I heave a sigh and look up in the ceiling. For some reason, a large fan is revolving there. My memories of last time we visited Manton Aquarium aren't all bad. Sorry, I'm making another very slight adjustment. Ah, damn it. There we go. Come on. Sorry, my computer's being very sensitive about when I move things around. There we go. It was the first time in a long time all 4 of us had gone out as a family. Mari and I got along really well, and we always held hands as we walked. We would do things like play house or read picture books aloud. Mari was a bit more of a tomboy than I, so even though I was the older sister, she was the one who gave the orders. Since it was the first time the 2 of us sisters went to the aquarium, it was natural for us to be very excited. Just as one would expect, the first time Mari and I laid eyes on the creatures in the sea, we experienced fear, awe, and the sense of being deeply moved. The creatures we saw at that time have stayed with me in vivid memories. Happy memories, I still have plenty of them. But on such a special day of all days, Mari and I ended up fighting. The rest proceeded just as I remember. Since then, my parents buy me anything I want. However, I changed as well, and I didn't really want anything anymore. Greed itself seemed to decline for me, and I never really got excited for anything. That's why, when my mother bought me these boot sandals, I was happy. I was fascinated by their nostalgic ultramarine color. About 1 year after Mari disappeared, she stopped coming up in conversation. I don't know if my mother and father have accepted it as a tragic accident, or if the sadness had slowly faded, but my new normal has begun. I had become an only child. But that is nothing more than an excuse I can't escape from. Mari, you're here, right? Finally, it seems my strength has returned and I stand up. Even though I ask, no answer will come. The thundering ventilation fan in the ceiling is the only sound I can hear. It was almost at the same time I stood up. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna make me want to pee. Let me turn the audio up slightly so it can be heard. Oh yeah, I was going to adjust this a little bit. Come on. There we go. Okay, we're going to test that and see kind of how that audio is. A crack appears in the tank of the glass of the tank behind me. Since the glass doesn't make a noise when it splits, I realize it was broken when the water splashes on my rear end. Water continues to flow out, gradually spreading to my feet. The amount of water from the tank is more than just puddles after a heavy downpour. Along with the water flowing forth, the jellyfish that had been in the tank until just a moment ago flowed out. In order to avoid contact with the water already soaking my sandals, I stepped back from the puddles without looking away. How? Why? As if to play further with my already bewildered mind, the tank behind me also cracks. This time I hear the high-pitched noise of glass cracking. Following that, the tanks are each destroyed in turn. Being stuck in the middle of the passage, water is closing in on me from all sides, leaving me pressed in between. The edge of the water is steadily drawing near. Let me knock that down a little bit. What should I do? The words that slide from my mouth also flow away from the water, or with the water. The colors of the tank that had once been so vibrant now seem eerie to me. Among these jellyfish are poisonous ones. Even worse, some of them were fatal. On thinking that, my legs begin to shake in fear. No. But no matter how frightened I become, I know I can't sit down. As if the area I'm in is shrinking, water and jellyfish are both headed towards me, and it's impossible for me to touch the floor. I have no choice but to run straight through, or no, I can't think of anything. The tough thing is that some of the jellyfish are poisonous and fatal. So I really don't know what is going to be the right answer. I feel like running is not a smart idea. But I think staying there is an even worse idea. So I'm going to do a quick save. I'm going to run. I have no choice but to run straight through. I no longer have time for doubt. At a glance, the door on the opposite side is closer than the one I came through. From here, the distance isn't too far from the interior door. Running at top speed should be enough to clear that one. I hesitate for a moment, then grit my teeth and take off running. It's no more than 10 meters. It's a distance that should pose no trouble, even for someone like me who's tested below average in physical endurance. Gah! When I've run about 5 meters, just having passed the 6th tank, I fall full force on my back. The floor is wet, so one might say this would have been expected. No, this is disgusting. The water soaks through my skirt and quickly soaks my underwear. The tank water is in direct contact with the skin of my rear. It's cold and wet, uncomfortable but unavoidable. When I put my hand on the floor and try to stand up, I discover the action is a mistake. Ouch! I squeeze my eyes shut of the pain that feels like I've been stabbed by a cold metal needle. No, it doesn't just feel like that. I have been stabbed by something. Have I been stung by? Shaking, I shift my line of sight to my hands. A jellyfish is covering my right hand. At that moment, I get upset that I can't feel the coldness of the water around my right hand. I got stung. What should I do? Someone... The pamphlet introducing the jellyfish has gotten mixed up with the pieces of glass from the tank. Oh. Yeah, man of wars are bad. Man of war. I noticed the name without much of a reaction, but it has to be poisonous to be called that. There's also been incidences of fatalities. Fatalities. Poison. What do I do if I've been stung? Do I clean it? Is it bad if I don't clean it? I can feel my pulse quickening. I wonder if it's the poison making its way through me. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? When I try to will myself to calm down, my impatience ramps up. Someone help me! Yeah, that was a bad choice. Trying to use my pulsating right hand for support to push myself up, I slide in the puddle and can't stand. It hurts. It really hurts. I put water on the area where I've been stung in an attempt to rinse it out. However, the opening of the wound stings and startles me. I need fresh water. Trying to apply pressure to the vein, I tightly grip the area where I've been stung. Dad, Mom, Himeno, Mari. Wanting to be saved, I call out as loudly as I can. However, in reality, my voice has already grown hoarse. The corners of my eyes grow hot, and from them fall individual droplets. No, I'm going to die. My voice is no longer really a voice at all. Before long, an electric shock runs through my right hand. The subsiding of intense pain brings my senses back to me. But my voice will no longer come out. Even when I try to think of something, nothing happens except the sensation of pain whirling inside me that fills me to the brim. Unable to control my body, I fall to the ground. First my head, then my chest, from my stomach to my feet. Having fallen on my face, half of my body is submerged in water. My heartbeat quickens, and I become acutely aware of the flow of my blood. Unable to stand it, I vomit. The very idea of being able to endure it no longer occurs to me. Even so, the poison won't be expelled from my body. My entire being is becoming numb is proof that my blood has been pumping so quickly it has worn down my veins. Wanting to rinse out the remaining vomit in my mouth, I suck water. It tastes like salt. Within my body, I'm struggling with all I have. On the outside, my shell has long exceeded the limits of my stamina. Blood is soaking through the capillaries in my eyeballs, and the puddle spreading on the floor is pierced with red. Gradually, I stop feeling my blood flow. Is it because my heart has stopped? Or because my consciousness has disappeared? Either way, my consciousness stops and fades into the darkness. With the same simplicity that a ventilation fan spews out cold air, my breath is evacuated from my body. When I come to, I'm still gazing into the cylindrical tank, vacantly, thinking nothing other than, I wonder if something's in there. I just stare into the tank. I have neither the urge to call out nor the desire to walk away, merely the sensation that my consciousness alone is floating along the rippling sea. Why on earth am I here anyway? What have I come here to do? Whether I can't remember or there was just no reason from the beginning. The jellyfish are pretty, especially this jellyfish. Its color's so bright. The voice that starts talking right in front of me catches my attention for some reason. I feel like I've heard it before somewhere. Well, who is it? I'm unable to remember clearly, seeing only a wavering face that won't come into focus. Anyway, Mayu, where'd she go? Mayu? That girl, she talked like she was looking for someone. Poor thing. If she's lost someone here, she probably won't find them. Wait a second. Where is this to begin with? Swaying, swaying, softly, softly. Drip, drop, the sounds of drops resonating all around me. Gradually ceasing the care, my consciousness melts into the water. It sounds like I had the sound of drop and I fell into poison. My form. That must be an ending. Yep, that's one of our bad ends. So, I do have a save. That we'll hop right into. Let's check the ending list. Okay, so we've missed one of the bad endings. Okay, so there's 4 true ends and a butt ton of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 3, 27 bad endings and 4 good endings. So 31 endings total. Okay, so let's try no, I can't think of anything. No, I can't think of anything. I'm becoming panicked. If it won't come down. With my thoughts swirling around so frantically, I'm getting even more confused. It's a vicious cycle. My sandals are getting dirty. It isn't the first thing that occurs to me, but regardless is my only clear thought. The puddles of water are gradually drawing closer, and I can't feel anything from the strange jellyfish. I feel my heartbeat speed up as my chest starts to hurt from the nervousness. At this point, I have to run through without worrying about my sandals. Though they are sandals, the soles are strong. As long as the jellyfish don't jump, I probably won't get stung. Little by little, the safe spots are disappearing. I tightly pull my legs together, which makes me stagger. Yeah! I let out a small scream and straighten up a bit. With nothing behind me to lean against, I'm just about concerned. I wonder if I'll die from jellyfish poison. Rocked by waves of blended nervousness and fear, I carelessly entertain the line of thinking. The meter gauging my fear must be in full tilt. I think with cool self-deprecation. You, from earlier. Huh? The sudden yell confuses me. Upon looking in the direction of the voice, I see that the door has been thrown open and a man is standing there. Shoot, why are your feet exposed? It can't be helped. It's definitely Hiyoshi-san. The man I called names is now gently removing his shoes and tossing them over to me. My mind races as I catch them. They're thick-soled boots. Put those on and make your way over here. All the jellyfish floating there have deadly poison. Be careful. Did I, let me make sure. I do have a save that I'm going to hold on to right here. Because that's the one that is the deciding to go back. I take off my sandals and put my food into his boots just as he tells me to. The size doesn't fit at all, they are way too big, but not so big I can't walk in them. I cautiously take a step and, confirming it's all right, take a second. And my third step towards him with the sandals in one hand. Thank you very much. You can thank me later. For now, don't look around, just come toward me. I know my breathing is increasingly rough, and I get a little embarrassed. However, knowing some concessions will have to be made, I walk towards the water, or through the water and over the jellyfish. When I step on a jellyfish, I feel the squishing sensation through my shoes and stutter. There are shards of glass in the puddles, and that makes me want to thank Hiyoshi-san for being considerate enough to lend me such strong shoes. I can walk the remaining meter. Hiyoshi-san seems fairly close. Adjusting my breathing, I carefully take the remaining 3 steps. Ah! There's no mistake. In my carelessness, I've overlooked the transparent jellyfish in my feet. Even though I can't see it, I can clearly feel it. And the baggy boots I'm wearing throw off my balance. At this rate, I'll end up on my butt. If I fall now, all the help I've received will be for nothing. Watch out! However, my body is supported by some strength that pulls me back. Hiyoshi-san's right hand is grabbed into my left wrist. It was a close one. Just like that, I'd been pulled out of the room with the broken tanks. As soon as I was out of danger, Hiyoshi gave a mighty pull and shut the fire door. This is in front of the souvenir stand. More importantly, why are you here? Hiyoshi-san steadies me against the wall in front of the souvenir stand. The terror from a moment ago hasn't escaped through the heavy, dark gray emergency door. Isn't this man an aquarium? Besides, before I met up with you, Hiyoshi-san, there was so much. Hiyoshi-san just stares at me in my flustered state. Alright, calm down, Miyu-chan. A wry grin appears on Hiyoshi-san's face, and he motions in front of the souvenir stand before sitting down. Today I have nothing but bad memories in relation to the floor, so I merely lean against the wall. The gacha machines are still there, but the whole lineup is new, and I don't know a single one of the products. You thought you heard me go bork, bork, bork? Not quite. The gacha, not bork, bork. How you doing, by the way, Brawl? You came in at a great time. We just had our first bad end. We got stung by a man-o-war jellyfish. So I went back and made the other decision, and I got out of it, so. But I determined through the ending list that there are 31 endings to this game, and only 4 of them are considered good. Well then, have you calmed down a bit? Yes, thank you very much, Hiyoshi-san. Yeah, I'm glad. You can call me by my first name. I don't really care about who's older and who's younger. Let's see. I had the choice of Hiyoshi-san, Hiyoshi-san, or Hiyoshi-san. Hey, Hiyoshi-san. What is it you know about this aquarium, Hiyoshi-san? Jeez, I told you can call me by my given name. That wry grin appears again. There's nothing I can do. I have some hesitation about actually calling an older guy by his given name. and I've only heard his first name once, so I don't really remember it. After that, Hiyoshi-san makes a serious face. I think of him as a lighthearted person, but as his mouth straightens, his face seems very focused. I like those odds. Bring me pictures of Spider-Man. I don't know why I think people chopping a cigar immediately think of J. Jonah Jameson. Well, it's fine. At any rate, there's only one thing I know. This is Man Aquarium, but it's not Man Aquarium. Wow. It's not Man Aquarium. Something like that. I don't know the principle or the cause behind it, but this Man Aquarium is in a distant time axis from the one you and I visited earlier, Mayu-chan. That is why I can think. That's what I think. I can't think of it as anything else. A different time? Whether past or present, you could call it a parallel world, Hiyoshi-san adds. I can't understand what he's saying, not in the least. Good old Triple J. How do you know this, Hiyoshi-san? That is... Hiyoshi-san mumbles and snorts. He looks my way and smiles bitterly. Mayu-chan, didn't you meet any friends or acquaintances from long ago? Huh? On the contrary, you didn't see any staff or other customers, did you? His words seemed very enlightened. I couldn't think of a single thing. After all, I had just come from that experience firsthand. However, there was something that bothered me as well. Hiyoshi-san had said long ago, Mari, who hadn't changed since that day, but then why? I don't get it. That bit about long ago? Therefore, I rejected it. In doing so, I could affirm the fact that I'd reunited with Mari. Aquariums might have minor orb jellyfish no matter what century. Well, the thing was the room we started off with had a bunch of broken tanks, and of course these tanks ended up breaking. So I don't know why the hell he thinks it's a different time because of that. Maybe I have a feeling we're gonna find out soon, though. But yeah, jellyfish are known to live for a really long time, aren't they? I might be thinking of the wrong creature. Is that so? It seems that I said something a bit strange then. As he looks away and says this, I have no response for him. Staying like that for a moment, Hiyoshi-san says, By the way, and continues speaking. I think what caused the glass in the jellyfish tank to rupture was the expansion of gas from something within the tank. Ah, jellyfish farts. I get it. You gotta go, you gotta go. So the gas expanded and ruptured the tank from within? If we're thinking about the cause, right. Since there's no staff in a space-time distortion, then it's not strange for the oxygen modulator here to break down. Then it wasn't the work of ghosts. To my murmuring, he had no answer. Even if we have to force ourselves, we should think positively, right? For us to have come here, and there to be ghosts, it's not something I could take. Yeah, that's also a good possibility. Can we get back to our original time axis or something like it? We can get back, definitely. What are you basing this on, Kenji? You had really bad gas lately? Yeah, I mean, I get it when I have Mexican food. Today it's been pretty decent. Not that anyone wants to hear about my farts. But, yeah. I did have buffalo wings for dinner, so I'm having a little bit of indigestion. But I'm trying to combat. I took a acid reducer pill before, just to kind of combat that. But if I start kind of hiccuping, you know why. Hiyoshi-san asserts decisively, without looking me in the eye. Once again, he starts the next topic with a quick, "By the way, That girl that was with you, the one who seemed into the occult and stuff. What happened to her? I don't know, have you checked under your skin? You could be about 30 jellyfish in an overcoat. You mean Himeno? Yeah, Himeno-chan. Weren't you together? I inflate my cheeks without thinking about it. When he notices, I become embarrassed and look down. Oh, that's one of them. I rest my hands on my knees and, moving them up and down, say, I don't know. You're a pretty easy read, Mayu-chan. I got into an argument, didn't you? It has nothing to do with you, Hiyoshi-san. Still, you do get that there's something foul about this aquarium, right? Mayu-chan, you've experienced that yourself. At his words, a pang of pain surges through my chest. That room with the rotten corpses, the sudden cracking of the tank of the jellyfish booth. When I think that the same incidents could happen to Himeno, I instinctively leap up. Speaking honestly, I have no desire to see Himeno's face. But knowing that the whole aquarium is dangerous, I can't calm down. What ifs? Imagining possibilities alone makes me want to cry. Wait a second, Mayu-chan. You must be tired from all that's happened. Moving quicker than I do, Hiyoshi-san's hand holds me back. Yes, she's... I'll go look for Himeno-chan for you. I'm more knowledgeable about this place. You wait here. He does work for the aquarium, so it's not like he's just pulling the man card. As he says this, Hiyoshi-san gives a thumbs up. It was a mystery to me. We'd only just met today, and I had an inconsequential conversation, so I wondered why he'd come to rescue me. Was he even showing concern? He was even showing concern for Himeno. He was supposedly a total stranger, so why? Without hearing my response, he starts walking away from where the jellyfish booth was. His face and profile makes me feel very reassured. Save? Okay, so we've got the choice. You say, please Hiyoshi-san, or please wait, I'll go. So I'm thinking the choice is either let him do his thing, or we insist on tagging along. I'll give a moment for decisions to be made, and I'll get a sip of water while I wait. This game I'm completely fine. In fact, let me change that from my listing. Because of the nature of a visual novel, I'm turning off the no backseat gaming. From the tags. Because that's exactly what you do with a visual novel. I'll give a few more moments for anyone in the chat to influence the decision. Otherwise, I'll just make a decision myself. I like the music. I'm gonna go with please wait, I'll go. Please wait, I'll go. Somehow moving my heavy legs, I follow behind Hiyoshi-san. It would have been easier to leave it to Hiyoshi-san. However, Himeno's my best friend. Though I can't believe we fought, that reality can't be changed, so I want to go get her. Since the souvenir shop is near the entrance, Hiyoshi-san heads towards the closest tunnel tank. If Himeno's still in the building, then we need to look everywhere for her. In fact, what I'm going to do for decisions, just so I'm not just sitting around too long, I am going to add a timer to my Stream Deck for 60 seconds. And whenever there's a decision involved, I will hit that. Give you guys 60 seconds to make a decision. If I haven't heard anything, I will go and do it myself. Since the souvenir shop is near the entrance, Hiyoshi-san heads towards the closest tunnel tank. If Himeno's still in the building, then we need to look everywhere for her. I'm able to catch up with Hiyoshi-san before he enters the tunnel. I'm going too. Huh? Mayun-chan, I told you to wait there for me. I can't do that, because Himeno is my friend. On hearing what I said, Hiyoshi-san gives me a patronizing look while grinning at me. Looking into the tunnel from the outside, I realize it hasn't changed from the man aquarium I'd seen earlier that day. Large fish like manta rays and sharks swim about. This is the story of a girl. No. The tunnel tank. If you two went in order earlier, then shouldn't we start with the first exhibit? I nod, as what Hiyoshi said is right. He adds, right, and walks on. I notice something there and pull him back. Look, over there. I say as I point to an area that's nearby that's visible from the entrance. As the silhouette becomes clearer on close observation, I become frightened. Something hops freely from side to side. It bounces about the tunnel numerous times, then stops itself. After bouncing up and down the floor several times, it ceases to move, completely exhausted. Straining my eyes from far away, I can see that it's a fish. From what I can see from 10 meters away, it has sharp fangs and a body as thin as a rail. That might be a cutlass fish. Hiyoshi-san mutters this, having laid eyes on the same thing I had. Still, fish aren't creatures that can hop up and down from a room like that. So our choices are we should have a better look, or at any rate, let's head inside. Setting the 60-second timer now for anyone to make decisions before I make one myself. Add this to the white, and let's do that. Okay, that's our 60 seconds. Nah, let's deal with that later. Alright, I'm gonna go with... We should get a better look. I'm feeling saucy. We should get a better look. After waiting near the entrance for several seconds, a fish resembling a cutlass fish bounces around the tunnel, then flops down on the floor, causing the amount of fish corpses on the floor to increase. The gathering of numerous fish scales reflects the fluorescent light back like a kaleidoscope. Though it is the same as the fluorescent lighting, the light reflected back is vivid, putting the sensation of the scale's slipperiness in my mind. Ugh, it's pretty creepy. Hiyoshi-san's lips curl in disgust as he grumbles. I also thought it was creepy, but compared to the rotting corpse I'd seen earlier, that was as far back as I'd allow my memory to go. Could that be... You know, 60 seconds is too much. I know, I'm adjusting this on the fly. I'm switching the timer to a 30-second timer. Because this is going to be a game with a lot of decisions. Could that be... In contrast to Hiyoshi-san, who had inverted his eyes, I just continued to stare and was able to pick up on something. Those fish hopping around. They're coming from below. From that place that looks like a vent. From the beginning of the tunnel, the fish hop up intermittently. It doesn't appear that they are going to stop, with the new fish popping in at a fixed interval as time passes. The fish mechanically shoot out of the vent, ricochet around the tunnel at high speed, then finally, their vigor exhausted, die as they land in a pile on the floor. You're gonna lurk and lurk? Absolutely fine. Just said, we're doing a visual novel. Just let my voice calm you. Oh, yeah, lurk and work, work and lurk, work and work, whatever. I appreciate you being here nonetheless. At the moment they fall, the fish's long, narrow body wriggles and like snakes. They collide with the other fish as they cease moving. The next fish hopping to its death in the same manner. They are. Good eye, Mayu-chan. So many strange things have happened that I'm probably going to get used to them. That I'm probably becoming used to them. Lurk and twerk. Shirk and Burke, yeah. Unable to bear these strange circumstances any longer, a self-deprecating smile reaches my lips as I give a light laugh. Whoa. At the same time, a fish leaps up. Hiyoshi-san takes a handkerchief from his pocket and tosses it into the giant cylinder. The fish pierces the handkerchief once it dances in the air. Then the fish passes through it a second, then third time as it bounces repeatedly. In an instant, the fabric he has tossed has become dust. On placing myself in the handkerchief's position, I subconsciously cover my neck. It shouldn't penetrate this. Himeno. Not having a form? It should mean it isn't going through. A form, a dead body. I didn't want those words to pass my lips, but it was definitely as Hiyoshi-san had said. Mayu-chan, you don't remember where you and Himeno-chan split up, do you? I looked down and tilted my head to the side. I'm worried about Himeno. I can no longer make baseless statements like, Himeno's fine because she's Himeno. The reality is that if Hiyoshi-san hadn't rescued me, I'd be no longer in this world. There's no way that I can let that happen to Himeno. I have to hurry and meet up with her, and then find a safe place. Okay. Well, we need to do a once-over of the building. Hiyoshi-san knocks on a panel that is to the left, if you're looking at it from the entrance. I hear it make a hollow sound before he pushes the panel in. Making a rattling sound, the panel opens. This isn't just a display, but also a door. In contrast to the nature-reminiscent blue exhibit space before the door, a mechanical, gray hallway stretches before us. The dim, white fluorescent light flickers and fades on and off. Is this the staff passageway? Correct. When I came through here earlier, I saw some employees, so I was lucky it hadn't been left unlocked. Could the fact that the lights are on mean that someone just came through here? Even if they had, the person should be aware of the unusual phenomena here. Anyway, if we go through this passage, we can circumvent the tunnel and look for Himeno-chan. Alright. Hiyoshi-san walked ahead, taking several steps before I stepped in. I was hesitant about walking through the staff passageway without permission, but it was certainly better than going through the tunnel tank. Moreover, if we were able to come across a staff member, we'd be able to gain some information about this man aquarium. Big sister? The staff passageway is approximately 10 meters, just wide enough where people can barely pass each other. Walking up ahead of me, Hayashi-san's shoulder width is so great that I wouldn't be able to pass him unless he turned sideways. Even more than before, Hayashi-san seems stronger and more reliable than ever. Big sister? Huh? That voice I thought was just in my head bore a silhouette the second time. It made me suspect that it was probably an optical illusion. Behind me, I'm sure I had heard a nostalgic voice. What's up, Mayu-chan? Hayashi-san asked me without turning around. I squeak out that I'm fine and turn my attention to his back. Big sister? However, that was my confirmation. It was neither a visual nor auditory hallucination. The voice calling me, Mari's voice calling me Big Sister, had definitely come from behind me. Mari! Unable to hold back, I let the name slide from my lips. The next moment, I wanted to see Mari so bad I turned back. You can't, Mayu-chan. My eyes will open wide in surprise as Hayashi-san plants himself firmly in front of me, arms spread wide. I'd unconsciously backtracked to the passageway entrance, back to where we had started. Huh? Suddenly going back. Don't you remember where we came from? Where is Mari? I see. You move without hesitation, as if you'd been called. So I thought that it might be. Calm down, Mayu-chan. There was nobody there. But the voice. There is no voice, all right. Calm down. You have to calm down. His expression as he calls for me to calm down is frantic. A crease appears in his forehead as he strains his voice. I steady my breathing as I stand in fear of his threatening attitude. Breathing deeply, I keep my back against the wall of the corridor. As my determination rises, so does my body temperature. Listen, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Hayashi-san, I'm all right. Calm down. Ow, whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you all right? Ow, 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 ow. My words don't seem to be reaching Hayashi-san at all, as his eyes open wide and his voice rings out. Like a broken DVD player, he cannot move past that one syllable. Hayashi-san? I back up instinctively. However, as if he's completely unaware, Hayashi-san just keeps yelling in a strange voice. Hayashi-san, please tell me you're okay, aren't you? 3 meters away from Hayashi-san, I peer at him. He sways, his legs unstable, but he's definitely moving towards me. Yeah. Almost at the same time, the strange voice stops. He falls over on the spot. As if his power supply had been cut off, he suddenly tumbles to the ground. The sound of him flopping to the ground sends a chill down my spine. I'm not familiar with what you would call ukemi, but I know the way he fell is dangerous. Are you injured? Sitting down, I extend a quivering hand. It's probably a bit rude to the person who saved me, but he would understand. For at this moment, the image of his strange behavior is seared in my mind. Even when I call out to him, there's no response. But if I strain my ears, I can hear his shallow breathing. Thank goodness, he's alive. That alone is enough to satisfy me. There's something I can rely on within this mysterious aquarium. What in the world was all that? Still having my doubts, I am, for the moment, relieved. What should I do? I can't just leave him unconscious and defenseless while I proceed further in the staff passageway. On the other hand, carrying something an entire head taller than I is impossible. Hiyoshi-san, please wake up. I call his name over and over, but he still doesn't respond. I hesitate a bit, and then I touch his back. Ugh. Putting all my strength into it, I'm able to roll him onto his back. His body is now facing up with his eyes closed. His chest goes up and down to form a breath. Hiyoshi-san? I can't make the distinction of whether he's just asleep or he has passed out. I've never seen someone who has lost consciousness. I take deep breaths to keep myself from giving way to panic. Other than the sound of Hiyoshi-san's breathing, the sounds of machines running echo. Sometimes I can hear the sound of my own breathing. I'm alone. My awareness of the situation quickly turns to anxiety. I'm all alone inside this incomprehensible Manson aquarium. The only other existence I can rely on, Hiyoshi-san, currently has his eyes closed. Hiyoshi-san, please wake up. Growing impatient, I shake his shoulders. He doesn't even moan, and his lack of reaction only increases my anxiety, so I call his name in a louder voice. Whether or not my voice reaches him, his eyes flutter open. On closer inspection, he has distinct double eyelids. Thank goodness you're awake. Huh? Are you looking down on me too? Hiyoshi-san, what? I'm Nakanomi Mayumi. I'm not looking down at you or anything like that. Jesus Christ. You too? Screaming, he grabs my left ankle as I squat next to him. His strength is unthinkable compared to his gentle demeanor from only moments ago. His rough hands dig into my soft skin. Terror rages within my heart as his first brush with a man's raw power. Please, stop. Whenever he seems to be losing his grip on my leg, he tightens it more. Every time I verbalize my pain, his grip intensifies a little further. My concern for him is gone. Only the feeling of his rejection remains. You little... I realize that, little by little, he's pulling me closer to him. He really is that strong. I haven't done anything. Ow, Hiyoshi-san. Gripping my ankle tightly, Hiyoshi-san pulls himself little by little. His chest is huge, and the muscles in his arms bulge and form a mountain shape. His face lacks the appearance of sanity, and his eyes are looking in different directions. They roll without end, seemingly as if they will go completely white. Though I intend to put a distance between us, I'm unable to do so. As if coaxed, I pulled closer to him. No. Rejected. I'm being rejected. The ones doing it. You all. No. While standing himself up, he sluggishly lifts his left hand. His fingers point in my direction. There's no mistaking his intent to grab me with both hands. I'm filled with the desire to be free from him. I can either kick about frantically, shake off his right hand, or call out frantically. I'm going to save. And I'm going to give 30 seconds for a decision to be made before I make one myself. So, kick about frantically, shake off his right hand, or call out frantically. Timer starts now. Okay, let's make a decision. Let's go with... calling out frantically, I don't think will provide what we need. We could shake off his right hand, but he's very strong. Or I can kick him out. I'm gonna go... let's go with kicking. No. No. In time of my words of rejection, both my legs jerk frantically. At any rate, I don't think I can take it if he grabs my right leg, so I struggle with all my might, not even worrying about whether my skirt flips up. He is as strong as before, but his movements are slow, somehow allowing me to continue my resistance. Nevertheless, between the pain and my resistance, my stamina is fading rapidly. Before I realize it, my haggard breath is louder than a machine's motor. Don't reject me. You should be more accepting. Hiyoshi's words give an unchanging, disordered image. Whether he's given up on grabbing my other leg or not, his body leans towards me. The upper half of my body falls back, but he quickly yanks my leg and throws off my balance. Yeah. Upon hearing me let out a scream, the corners of his mouth twitch. He's enjoying this. He's enjoying watching me lose the ability to resist. His expression makes it clear to me. One more thing has become clear to me. That is, that it can no longer seem as the Hiyoshi-san I once knew. I am sorry. Even so, my conscience is tugging at me. My words of apology are proof of that. I used the heel of my boot to kick Hiyoshi-san, who pulled himself up, in the nose. My skirt flutters up and I reflexively hold it down. Seizing the opportunity, Hiyoshi-san yanks my left leg hard towards himself. Whether it's because of his hesitation or not, my other leg slides free of his right hand. A single line of blood trickles from his nose. The heels must be harder than I thought. Upon seeing the blood, I shut my eyes immediately. However, I realize I no longer have the luxury of instinctively worrying about him. Pulling myself upright, I break into a run in order to escape him. In no time, he has moved in front of me. I want to get away from Hiyoshi-san. With that one thought, I decide to go in a direction unknown to me. Kicking me. Isn't that impudent? Could the stench in the sole of my shoe be Ruka? Or is it Mickey? Ha ha! Ha 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 ha! I hear him say after getting about 5 meters away from him. I quickly regret turning back. Feels good, doesn't it? Haha, that's fine. It's just fine. Hiyoshi-san yells, writhing on the floor. The transformation of the one who has rescued me is too devastating. Even so, there's no change in the fact that he had tried to hurt me. I understand somewhere in my heart that, through no fault of his own, he is no longer sane, and the desire to protect my own body is winning inside of me. I'm sorry, but... I shut my eyes and turn away from Hiyoshi-san. I'm sure he isn't looking at me anymore. In other words, he is no longer conscious of anything. His voice attempts to stop my fleecing legs many times. But no matter how fast he is, I've already decided to head for the exit of the staff passageway. Okay, I think that was a good decision. As soon as the door was between us, I put my ear against it and listened to the sounds of the passageway I just left. However, it is only my own violent pulse and not Hiyoshi-san going crazy that I can hear. Honestly, I almost feel relieved. Being separated like this leaves me feeling worried about him. But at the moment, I don't have the time to spare. I wonder if this is wrong. It's natural that I have these doubts. I say over my shoulder. The only thing to respond to my words is the wind rustling in my hair. That's right. This is... Finally, I began to confirm my location. This place is semi-outdoors, and even colder than the passageway. Despite the fact that it's summer, I shiver instinctively. Below eye level, there are several plastic chairs in a row. In the center of the chairs, which are lined up like dolls on a tiered stand, is a stage that is slightly smaller than the school classroom. Bowls and buckets are lying on top of it. In the center of the stage is something resembling a small shed. A stage? That's right, for things like the sea lions. A stage, one facility that no aquarium should lack. From kids to adults, the show is something that anyone can enjoy. This small city aquarium, Manton Aquarium, still has a stage despite its size. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while. Upon muttering this, doubt enters my mind. Hayashi-san says this place is on a shifted time axis, but even so, each section just feels too different. The Fish of the World booth where the first strange phenomenon occurred. The jellyfish booth in the tunnel tank. Thinking back on them in order, they feel like their own distinct time period. The countless fish that decayed, the immense entrancing beauty. With each new facility I entered, the look changed. Ridiculous. It can't be. I start to say, then shake my head. I don't know how many things I have thought impossible had come to pass here. This crazy theory, perhaps? Never mind. I have to find Himeno. Pushing my doubts to the edge of my mind, I head down the stairs for the guest seating towards the stage. This is... About halfway to the stage, I find a booklet on the top of the seat that is thick enough to contain about 50 pages. Manton Aquarium guidebook is written on the front cover. That's all I see, just the name and nothing else. It has a map inside. I suddenly realize I'm finishing my sentence. Since Himeno has our map, this is definitely gonna come in handy. Save. I'm going to give 30 seconds to decide whether we're going to read a little more or keep going. Sorry, give me a second. I'm just getting this all situated. And I'm going to set up a quick... I know, I'm kind of just doing this on the fly. So forgive me as I do it. Oh, I'm in the wrong one, that's why. Okay. That should be it. Yep. Okay, perfect. I think reading is going to be the smart choice. Thumbing through the pages, I see that it has an introduction to Manton Aquarium. Other than that, there's bits of trivia about the fish on display. Like that the Piraruku is the biggest freshwater fish, or that orca communicate using ultrasonic waves. I want to read through this later. Though I don't want to part with the guidebook, I detach the map from it. Not knowing what might happen, I come to the conclusion that I don't want to carry anything bulky. Okay. Suppressing my desire to sit down and read it, I return the guidebook to the seat. Staff room. There might be someone there. On weeknights, they hold an adult-targeted Manton Aquarium exploratory tour. Supposedly shows off the other side of Manton Aquarium. For that expedition, pathways that customers are normally unaware of are printed in the guidebook. According to the map, there appears to be a staff waiting area. It seems they don't stop there on the exploratory tour, but the place itself is printed on the map. If I go there, someone might be there. Looking at the map, I wonder which way I should go as I follow the route. It seems that there are two paths in the staff room. The first path is through the passageways that I went through earlier. The other seems to be through an underground passage connected to the inside of the shed on the stage. Even though that it's labeled as underground, it's more accurate to say that it is one floor down. I still don't know how Hiyoshi-san is, so I think I should take the latter path. I'm scared after all. Himeno, where are you? Lowering my defenses, these weak-hearted words well up inside me. I mumble them as I step onto the stage. Following those words, anxiety descends upon me. Right here. No way! Himeno! I doubt that voice, which seemed ready and waiting on me, was an illusion. No way! That's cruel, Mayu. Himeno! I can hear Himeno's voice, but I can't see her. Where is she? I think as I glance on the stage. Himeno is nowhere to be found. That's right, inside the shed. When the shed at the edge of the stage enters my line of sight, I head for it at double speed. The floor is wet enough that it seems like I should slip, but somehow I hold on and move forward. The inside of the shed is as if a waiting area and a warehouse have been combined into one room. The fishy stench is probably from the stains of food used during shows. In the past, I'd seen a fish thrown to a sea lion that caught a ball with its nose. Himeno! At the edge of the shed, in a plain metal chair against the wall, Himeno is leaning against the back of what appears to be a state of total exhaustion. You... I have so much to say to you, Himeno, because Seeing her face, any thought of our argument are completely blown out of existence. Words that found no form are forever pushed away. The fact that she's all right, all on its own, makes me happy. It's fine. First of all, calm down. Ugh. Himeno, what's wrong? Mayu, don't make that face. There's nothing to worry about. I have a lot of things to say to Himeno, but my words get caught in my throat. Seeing Himeno breathing heavily, my own pulse quickens. As I stand there, forgetting how to breathe, Himeno lays a hand on my chest. Even when she had a cold, Himeno would still come to school with a smile on her face. When she got injured at club, she wouldn't take time off of gym class. That's why, even in this aquarium, that squishy sound is really gross. I thought somewhere in my heart that Himeno would be fine. If only we could reunite. Surely she'd lead with a smile. We'd go home side by side. That had been my hope. I'm sorry, Mayu. I don't think I can make it. It's so easy for Himeno's soft complaints to punch me right in the heart. With just that one phrase, I dropped to my knees in front of her. Hime... Mayu, get up. I won't. No, because... I shake my head at Himeno's words. I can't remain standing, not while seeing my precious friend like this, and hearing her frail voice. Every time Himeno speaks, she spews white nematodes from her mouth. I'm not sure if she's aware of it or not, but thin creatures that look like mealworms wriggle at her feet. With a clatter, Himeno seems like she might fall from the chair. I support Himeno from under her arm, propping her up. Thank you. Don't thank me. Himeno, what happened? Himeno's body is hot. Giggity. Never mind. The same as when I had my 104-degree fever. No, higher than that. I'm glad I got to see you again, but I didn't want you to see me in this Unable to finish what she is saying, Himeno coughs up several nematodes along with some spit. Oh, she's starting to bleed from the eyes. I don't want to see it. Not necessarily because it's weird or disgusting. I just don't want to see Himeno this way. Himeno, let's go to the hospital. We'll eat ice cream, alright? That's probably impossible now. Hearing the words that had fallen instinctively from my mouth, Himeno smiles back at me. Even as I ignore the lie in Himeno's smile, I still become aware of it. It's not impossible. Mayu. It's not impossible. I'll take you to a hospital, okay? So let's go. Thanks that you feel that way. It fills me up. It's not just my feelings, got it, Himeno? Can you stand? Don't overdo it, okay, Mayu? That's right. I wanted to apologize to you, Mayu. In an attempt to lend her my shoulder, I take Himeno's arm, but she quickly brushes it off. Himeno's hands are shaking. Despite this, she reaches into her pocket and pulls out the keychain. That's... Yeah, by the way, when I thought back to when I picked it up, it most likely wasn't yours. Mayu, I'm such an idiot. You're not. It's because I didn't listen to all what you said, so... Because I was so convinced you had dropped it, Mayu. Thinking back... She's repeating the same thing over and over. Himeno's consciousness must be getting hazy. Every time Himeno gets choked up, she vomits vicious spitum and lively bugs. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, that's cool. So if I hit up on the, I scroll up, it shows me the backlog. So that's really cool. I mean, you can also do it probably through clicking that. Even so, I can't look away from Himeno. I get the feeling that if I don't look at her face, I'll never again see her smile. I don't think I'm moving overly dramatic or anything of the sort. Since I had never heard of someone throwing up bugs. Here, you take it, Mayu. What? This keychain? Yeah. There seems to be no mistake someone dropped it. And that's why... Give it back to them. Give it back? That's... We're going back together, right? Mention Aquarium is small. Surely we'll find them right away, won't we? Geez, Mayu, you idiot. Can't you tell by looking? There's no way I can go home. No, don't, Himeno. If you say that, it come to pass. Himeno paces the keychain on my palm, then softly places her hands once more on my shoulder. She moves her hand from there to the back of my head. Then, with a light, feather-like sensation, she pulls me closer to her. No. Mayu. Get home. No matter what. That hug only lasts a few seconds. Then Himeno lightly pushes me away. I couldn't take it if I infected you. Oh. Just leave me there. Right as the end of her sentence fades away, her head flops forward. No way. No way. Himeno's body, with her eyes shut and not even one fingertip moving, is hot. Even so, Himeno won't turn or smile my way. She won't respond to my voice. No way. There's just no way. Without a second thought, I hold Himeno. She said I might get infected, but it doesn't matter to me. Having welled up inside her mouth, nematodes crawl about Himeno's puffed up lips. Experiencing feelings of intense denial, I wipe away a nematode and crush it. A murky green liquid remains on my finger. I quickly rub it off on the floor. She's moving. With her chest so close to mine, I can feel a pulse. No mistake. It's a heartbeat. Pulling away from Himeno, my trembling hand somehow lands on her left breast. Having sunk into that softness, I definitely feel a pulse going ba-bum, ba-bum. She's alive! Himeno, I'm so glad! Just like that, I forget about rubbing off the filth and sit down. Even with the bugs getting into her body, as long as she's alive, I think it can work out somehow. I won't even consider the possibility of it not working out. But I can't think of a concrete way to save Himeno. Within my completely blank mind, there's only anxiety and fear. Having slumped more than sat down, a third person's voice reaches my ears. Anisakis and Pseudo Terra Nova, a philometra that aren't supposed to affect humans. I wonder what exactly could cause something like this to happen. If the situation wasn't what it was, I would immediately preserve some of them in a petri dish. Yeah, I have no clue exactly what is being said. It's definitely scientific fish not fish voices. Scientific fish terms. What? From behind me, a cold voice interrupts my thoughts. In contrast to the feverish Himeno, that voice cleans coolly to my nape my neck. How you doing, by the way, Butamus? Thank you for joining us on this really weird adventure. We've already had one bad ending. And knowing that that's the case, I looked into the ending list. There are 28 bad endings and 4 proper endings. Proper endings not necessarily being a good ending. I'm assuming bad end means like an early ending. That sucks. Unless you wanted to feel like a zombie. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you just want to kind of go through the motions. But I'm guessing in this case it is not the case, and I feel sorry about that. Yeah, this game has been really creepy so far. And the artwork has been fantastic. It's unfortunate that the company is all but seemed to have dissolved, but their legacy will hopefully live on. And hopefully the people who worked on it are working on new things. It's a woman's voice that I've never heard. It's a pity I cannot collect this precious sample. I don't have the luxury of time right now. I must find that child, quickly. My, what a cute girl. What is it? Might you've come to the aquarium to have fun with your friend? Aquarium? This is Man Aquarium, right? That's right. Me and Himeno. So this girl, she's called herself Himeno-chan, then. The woman looks to be in her 30s, her blue eyeshadow leaving quite the impression. Her appearance, coupled with her calm manner of speaking, both tell me that she's quite mature. Oh, pardon me. Her light-colored hair is collected into an updo, and her suit is impeccably chosen. Those clothes... Could you be an aquarium staff member? Yes, I am Saginuma Rieko. So, I'm gonna say Raiko, because I don't want to... no, Rieko. We'll go with Rieko. At this aquarium, I am, I suppose, a representative of the director? Like a vice director? A little bit different. It would take some time to explain. More importantly, you should move away from Himeno-chan. Huh? The woman called Himeno by name, with a coquettish tone. It gives me the impression of being very forced. Crossing her arms as she looked down at me, the woman narrows her eyes. Would it be easier for you if I used the word infection? You have a wound on your leg, don't you? It's as if their fertility is intensified, meaning there are probably eggs among all that as well. What? She doesn't appear to be dead, but it's only a matter of time. You can no longer save Himeno-chan. That's... Please wait a second. It's fine to leave her like that. After I've finished my business, I will take her with me as a sample. The corner of Saginuma-san's mouth widens as she says this. The fear of this woman is even greater than my anger of Himeno for being referred to as a sample. Even though someone right in front of her eyes might die, she is smiling. How in the world she could make that face? Because I can't understand. Saginuma Reiko-san seems terrifying to me. Please wait. If you're a member of the staff, then can you take me to this building's first aid room and call an ambulance or something? Since Himeno's alive? It seems that you care for Himeno-chan a great deal, so try to imagine this. If you die because of her, think about how Himeno-chan would feel. Oh. That was, oopsie. Himeno is alive. Please don't say something like that. I'm begging you. Please save Himeno. I am not a doctor. It is not possible. Moreover, I don't think the rescue workers would want to respond to such a hopeless call. Saginuma-san says in a bluntly but cruel voice. Her voice is colder than the first time I heard it, like water that is frozen over. She can't be saved anymore. Every time those words come to her mouth, my pulse grows louder and quicker. My blood is rushing through me fast enough for my veins to be worn down from within. That's not good enough. Please, save her. Please save Himeno. Before I know it, I'm facing her and pleading. However, my desperate pleas are being shattered by her cruel smile. I don't like disobedient children. I also have work to do. Important work, that matters. You have work? This place isn't normal. Isn't that something a staff member should get? After fear makes a lap through me, I push aside my emotions. Leaping over my fear and anxiety towards this woman, I wholeheartedly just want to save Himeno. Not normal? Whatever should you mean? As aquariums also serve as research institutions, the situation itself isn't normal, now is it? I don't understand at all. That's enough. No matter how much time I spend here, it won't help. If you wish to join me, you are free to do so. Free to join you? Saganuma-san, aren't you staff here? Are you saying you don't know anything about this aquarium filled with nothing but phenomena? I don't understand a word of what you're saying. Are these good things? I'm telling you that I'm going now. If you wish to die along with her, then just sit there staring around like that. Later, I'll study you in full as well, though one sample is more than enough. I shudder as a chill runs up my spine. I am finally able to understand that this isn't a joke, that she says that she sincerely doesn't care about whether Himeno lives or dies. Wait, please. You have wasted enough of my time. I must hurry up and find my child. The last bit of what Saganuma says is inaudible, as she runs out from the small room on the stage. Being neither harmful nor harmless, that's the person that she is. Thinking she could point me down the one path that leads away from Himeno and dying together, with just one phrase I am thrust down to rock bottom. Himeno can't be saved. That single phrase bounces around my head numerous times. No. No, no. Turning it over in my head with such frequency, the truth Saganuma-san has stated is becoming engraved in my heart. I can no longer hear the click-clack of her high heels. Instead, what resonates is the sound of drops falling from my eyes. If you're having doubts, then just die. Huh? Who? It's a girl's voice, much younger than Saganuma-san, along the same age as me, in fact. I turn towards the voice coming a short distance away from where I'm holding Himeno. A slender girl is a little taller than me, with eyes a slightly different color than Saganuma-san's cold eyes, looked down at me scornfully. Her long hair is tied back, dangling behind her like a tail. She's a bit different from Himeno, but she's still a girl in a fashionable attire. I watch her with cautious interest as she glares at me. What's this? All of a sudden? Who knows? I'm just annoyed with you, since I hate people who are so wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? You think you can just show up and know how I'm feeling? I don't know. I'm not interested. I feel irritated as this girl who knows nothing about my circumstances showing up with all these complaints. To think that Saganuma-san left now this. She's directing her futile impatience with me as well. The girl is calm but speaking fast. Hearing such a tone, I can't go on without saying something back. If you're not interested, then why did you speak to me? More importantly, have you gotten swept up in anything dangerous? You haven't gotten swept up in anything dangerous, have you? Who knows? What's with that answer? Just say what you want to say. How mean. When this girl started speaking to me, I raised hope somewhere inside of me. I briefly hold out hope that she's talking to me because she knows some way I can save Himeno. That's why I begin to feel something more than just irritation towards this girl who has come to kick me while I'm down. That girl's gonna get eaten up by bugs and die, right? But parasites aren't that quick or efficient. What are you? Because it's this Manson aquarium, she'll die. If it were me, that's what I'd think. Then what are you saying? My heart begins to beat faster at her words. Now I regret placing so much hope in this girl. Nevertheless, from her way of speaking, could it be that? If you get out of here, there might be a way to cure her. If it comes down to crying or dying, I would rather fight than give in. Cure her? Just now you said cure her. Really? Well, that staff member earlier said she could no longer be saved. I don't know. There's no guarantee she can be saved. But the one who said she couldn't be saved was an employee of the aquarium, right? Not a doctor. not a doctor. She seemed to know a lot about parasites, but sure enough, the woman was not a doctor. She said so herself. Also, the girl said something previously that caught my attention. Earlier you said, this man aquarium, right? What is this place? Or what is this place? If you know, then tell me. Don't take me for a fool. But I don't know. Since this is an aquarium where nothing but dangerous things happen, I want to know how to get out of here. I can't save Himeno. What path you take is completely up to you. I don't have any more time to worry about other people. Just saying, if it were me, I wouldn't quit until I was dead. Upon making her blunt assertion, the girl heads to the innermost part of the shed. Somehow, in contrast to the employee earlier, she's entered from the side of the stage. If you don't have time, then why are you encouraging me? Encouraging me. Upon saying those words, I get an awkward feeling. The cutting assertions she made in a blunt tone and the words she said to me weren't exactly kind. However, I found them kind in a moment. It isn't the kind I can. It isn't that I can't save her, nor is it guaranteed that I can. Having received even a small amount of hope, my tears have stopped. I told you already, I was just getting annoyed. Without looking back, the girl walks away. Sitting on the ground, huddled close with Himeno, I think over the two possibilities in my mind. Since it's unlikely that I can save her, should I just stay here with her a second longer? Or should I believe the girl's words in exchange for this danger-filled aquarium? Two possibilities balancing on a scale. So I can either stay with her like this or look for a way out of the aquarium. I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock for anyone in the chat to influence the decision. Starting now. That seemed a little short. Let me do one more 30. I think it's because I was working on that. I have a feeling the first one is going to be abandoned, but there's a part of me that wants to see it. But we've had two people say, hey, don't be an idiot and stay there. Alright. I am going to choose stay here with her like this. Yes, that's best. Oh, let me take that off the screen. The possibility that I might be able to save her is low, isn't it? It isn't zero, but it's close to it. I can't carry her around the aquarium with me, so I'll definitely have to leave Himeno here in this shed. In that case, there's no guarantee I can get back here. With things like the rupture in the jellyfish booth and Yoshi-san's sudden change, the dangers present in Man Aquarium are innumerable. If I die along the way, it would be what you would call a dog's death. Separated from Himeno, the both of us dead. No, I want us to be together. Still squatting, I hold Himeno even tighter. Her feverish body occasionally chokes up, then Himeno vomits out several nematodes. Several parasites squirm at the base of my throat. It's alright. It's okay. No matter what, it's okay, as long as I'm with Himeno. I have no idea how much time has passed. I no longer have a sense of time, but not more than an hour could have passed. My body is no longer my own. The depths of my body have been corroded with fever, and I no longer have any feeling in my hands or feet. I can no longer feel the softness and warmth of embracing Himeno. My vision is filled with countless lines. It feels as if something is actually crawling on my eyeballs. Ugh, gross. This is my body at the moment. The lines covering my vision are probably all the same as the bugs eating away at Himeno's body. But this is fine. As long as I can be with Himeno. Before I realize it, my own consciousness has melted away. I can no longer see Himeno's smiling face. And we just got the "Is that love?" bad end. We're gonna get our little... See if the picture changed. Nope, the picture is the same. Is it? No, that's the friend. I think. Because yeah, here's the ending list. Yeah, so there's all of these endings that I did not get the bad endings of. And there was one in the beginning. I have saves in place. Just in case. Did I save? I hope I did. We'll find out. Nope, I did not. But that's okay. We can... Let's keep the same path we did, which was reading a little bit more. We'll hit skip. And then we'll throw a save right here. And we'll look for a way out of the aquarium this time. And we got a little interstitial again. The fact that there was that big jump in the number of ending lists tells me this is not a particularly long game. The possibility of saving Himeno is probably 0. Or, just as the girls said, it may not be 0. It's not completely outside the realm of possibility. Moreover, Mari is here, just as she appeared that day. Mari is here. This aquarium where nothing but oddities occur. Himeno's condition is also an undisputed abnormality. Saganuma-san herself said the parasites eating away at Himeno's were ones that wouldn't normally attack humans. If that's the case, I have to go. Right now, the only one who could save Himeno is me. It isn't as if the staff member or the mysterious girl or Hiyoshi-san or anyone will save Himeno. I have to walk on my own 2 legs. If I don't, Himeno will not be saved. At the same time I stand up, I accept that determination. I have no time in my heart for my heart to be breaking. My legs are still shaking, but all I have is the certainty that I'm standing right now. I spread a nearby blue tarp on the floor and lay Himeno on top of it. I find a towel, fold it up several times, and lay it over her. As crass as it is now, she now has a futon and blanket. Just a little while. Just wait a little while. First, I should check the entrance once more. If we came into this warped space-time man aquarium, then somewhere should be the connection. It shouldn't be one way. I go back to my original idea, decided to head for the entrance gate. If I can get out normally from the gate, then next I'll seek a safe route. It'll take some time for me to move Himeno, so I need to carefully ensure that no more phenomena will occur. In the event that I can't get through the gate, it would mean that we're trapped inside Man Aquarium. If that's the case, then I'll look for a way to break out of this cage. Circumstances won't be any worse just different. It will all be alright. My plan's clarified. I feel as if I can do this. I have no special skills, and my personality is probably introverted, but my desire to save Himeno is second to no one's. Okay, in that case, first is... save. Okay, we're gonna put 30 seconds on the clock. First, we can either say go back the way I came, or go back using a new route. Starting now. And as usual, if I get no responses, I will make the decision myself. Alright. Oops. Let's turn that off. I'm going to say... going back the way I came is probably not a great idea. Let's go with a new route. In order to get back to the gate, it seems that there are two similar routes, but I'm afraid to take the path containing the same Hiyoshi-san. Hiyoshi-san was clearly not normal. I have the desire to save him, but speaking honestly, protecting myself takes priority. Moreover, as opposed to Himeno, he didn't seem to be headed down the straight path to death. If I can get out of the aquarium, I should go check on Hiyoshi-san's condition once more at the time. Because there's no changing the fact that he's the one who saved my life. I head back inside the shed and decide to move on using the underground passage. Even if by accident, that was the way the mysterious girl had disappeared. Opening the door, I step down a rusty stairway. It's a spiral staircase, and as I step off at the very bottom, I see a dim underground passage stretching out before me. After going down the passageway a bit, I run into a door. It seems that if I do not pass through this door, I cannot proceed. Upon slowly opening the door, I see several computers and various other machines. Since I see a lot of levers and dials with numbers and up-down symbols on them, this must be where all the machines in the aquarium are controlled. They probably control the tank temperature, oxygen regulation, lighting, and such from here as well. At any rate, I should keep moving. As I proceed, the sound of my footsteps echo with a click-clack, click-clack. The echo lingers with a click-clack sound. It figures. This place is creepy too. I mumble something like that after it all had happened. Even as I reflect on this and walk on, a jarring sound blends in with my footsteps. What was that sound just now? Puzzled, I strain my ears and I can hear someone moaning. The voice is coming from my destination, the interior of the cellar. Despite my hesitation, I proceed onward with caution. Please help. What? After taking several steps, the voice becomes clearer. Peering through a gap in the machines, I discover the origin of the voice. There's that girl. I scream without thinking. In a corner of the control room, something completely detached from reality is taking place. Is that an orca? But how? I give voice to what lies before my eyes, a plump brown body with distinct contrast between its colors of black and white. On the opposite side of its shark-like fin, On the opposite side of its shark-like fin is its mouth, with its tapered teeth all lined up. That's right. Orca are swimming around in here. In this room with no water, they swim around in the air. It isn't just that they float in the air. They move and swim about using their fins and bodies. Moreover, there isn't just one, two, no, three. There are three of them swimming right before my eyes. Marine creatures that are much longer than the span of my 2 arms, if I were to spread them wide. How? The orca continue to swim about, unaware of my presence. No, at this rate I'll be attacked. As I realize this, I step back. However, immediately after I do so, I catch sight of the owner of that small voice. That girl is... The 3 orca are swimming around, encircling something as if it were their prey. That something in the center is a girl around the same age as me. A girl I ran into only a short while ago on the stage. Her eyes are wide, as she trembles with a terrified expression, standing stock still, as her only escape route is blocked. Her mouth is flapping open and closed, as if she's having trouble breathing. As the orca swim about, they occasionally point the tips of their noses at the girl. They probably aren't smelling her. The movement appearing to me as if they're sizing up her instead. Okay. We either say, I have to save her, or I have to hurry along. Put 30 seconds on the clock, starting now. Influence the decision in the chat. I will, if I do more visual novels, I will set up a bot for decisions like this. But for now, I'm keeping it like this. Alright. That's the end of our... Let's put another save in the books. You know what? She was a bit of a jerk, but I want to save her. I think I'm going to go to save her. I don't even know that girl's name. However, as things are now, it seems the girl will be attacked by the orca. I push my numerous doubts aside and focus only on that orca. I want to save her. Thanks to those words welling up inside, I can no longer say this doesn't concern me. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. You know, maybe 30 seconds is too short. I'm going to bump it up to a minute again. Because that gives plenty of time for people to give decision. Now that I've got things in place. Moreover, if it were Himeno, she would surely get involved. Even if I saved Himeno after ignoring someone in trouble, she wouldn't be happy about it. I'll save that girl. Someone... I hear those timid words she mumbles. Little by little, the 3 orcas swimming around in the air seem to be tightening the circle they've made. I have to hurry. But what should I do? Voicing my doubts, I look around. Oh. Okay, so as I said, this game has 4 true endings and 28 bad ends. I'm thinking if I decided not to save her, it would have been one path. I'm gonna put a save here. So these are our choices. There's a fire extinguisher, or I wonder if I can move the machines with a computer, or at any rate, I have to get her away from the orca. I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock, starting now. And this works well for me because it gives me a time to get a sip of drink so I don't lose my voice. Because this is a lot of reading. Okay, we got 1 vote for computer. Computer's a good choice. I personally have a feeling that the third one is probably a bad choice. Because that's kind of like a fuck it, we're just doing whatever to try to get this situated. Fire extinguisher, I don't know how well that would do against 3 whales. 3 especially dangerous ones. Alright. We're going for it. Let's get that message off the chat. Let's try to move the sheens with the computer. It's dangerous to get close to the orca. That's why I can't think of a way to undo the circumstances. If I had bait, I could probably distract the orca, but I don't see anything nearby. Needless to say, the girl under attack is already playing that role. Something I could use. Hoping against hope, I placed my hand on the computer console. The liquid crystals in the touch panel seemed to power on, causing some sort of control screen to be displayed. This is the tunnel tank, the stage, the jellyfish booth. Aside from those, the names of various facilities in the aquarium are displayed. From this computer, I can probably access each of those facilities. However, now is not the time for that. Anything's fine, just ignoring the other facilities, I touch the selection for the basement level control room. The control screen for the air, the speakers, and so on is displayed. How much does the habitat of these orcas have in common with the real orca? Realizing I don't have time to think it over, I decide the temperature settings are the best place to start. It's ideal for humans, but could burn the sea creatures. It's no use. This would take too much time. The roar of the air is fierce, but there's little change in what I can feel on my skin. There has to be another way. Another way to use the orca's environment. Put in our save. As we got another 3 choices. Use its sense of pain, use its sense of hearing, or use its sense of smell. 60 seconds starting now. I'm trying to think what would distract a orca the most. If it were SeaWorld, sense of pain. But this is not SeaWorld. And we're also not a terrible person. Are they in pain? That's what I'm thinking too. Again, we have a quick save just in case it's the bad decision. And if it is, I'm absolutely fine with seeing more bad ends too. They're all SeaWorld. Fair enough. Pain it is. The orca began probing the girl with the tips of their noses. I'm SeaWorld! The girl provides no resistance, her mouth flapping open and closed. This is bad. I have to. Small but sharp teeth peek out from the small opening in the orca's mouth. The tips of its teeth seem to sparkle, and my pulse quickens. There's no time to test another method. The sensation of pain. Wait, wouldn't it cause pain to the girl as well? Now that I'm thinking about this. I have heard that since fish have no sense of pain, but orca are mammals, the same as humans. There's no doubt that they have the ability to feel pain. I take my eyes off the computer and glance around my surroundings. I search for something I can serve as a weapon. I spot a mop that has fallen over in the corner of the room. I approach the mop and grab it, deciding that this will be my weapon. A mop over a fire extinguisher? Alright, you do you, Mayumi. If I aim for the eyes, even I can do it. Even I know how powerless I am. But if it's a soft spot like the eyes, I should be able to get them to fall back with this mop. I'll save you now. I ready myself and leap at the orca. I thrust the opposite end of the mop at the orca in front of me. The tip of the wooden mop digs into the orca's right eye. Okay, so when she was saying pain, I was thinking it was going to be something that was going to cause like a zap. It gives little resistance, only a soft sensation in return. Right away, fresh blood floats upward, defying gravity. It acts the same as blood flowing into the surface when you started bleeding underwater. The orca shakes its large body as if it's moaning in pain. Ah! As I shout, I pierce the orca's left eye with a mop. Trembling against the squishing sensation, I put all of my strength into it. Even as fear takes over, it isn't as if I could stand by without taking action. Even after seeing blood spout out from its left eye, I continue to stab it. The nerves inside the eye are connected to the brain. With the mop handle being as long as it is, I can reach the orca's brain. No. No. Ah! I will kill the orca. I have become SeaWorld. Which feels really terrible to be saying that. Anyone watching, I do not condone violence towards animals, whether land, sea, or air. But we gotta save somebody. Despite the fact that I'm the only one doing the attacking, I scream. If I had just seen such a big creature at the aquarium, I would have thought how cute it was. But I have to kill it now. Oops. I push the mop into its brain, twisting as I do so. Looking away, I twist the mop faster and faster. I am scrambling my brains with my own hands. If I don't resolve myself to this, we will both die. The orca gives no resistance and stops moving. When I pull the mop out, the left eye dangles from the still connected red muscle. I did it. Somehow I killed one. Now I just have to do the same to the other two. I steady my quickening breath, ready to mop. Man, quickening breath is not something you want to say when you're a person who enjoys Highlander. I am now going to gain this orca's power. I'll save you. When I turn back to the girl, I'm shoved up against the wall. What? Before my eyes is a large body. It presses against my abdomen with a strength that contrasts with the cute interior. No, it can no longer be considered cute. Having lost both eyes, the stench of blood rises from those hollow cavities like steam. My face is dirtied, showered in that fishy-smelling blood. Its left eye, dangling from a red muscle, glares at me. Why? The stench of a rotting corpse is already wafting off the orca's body. Reddish-brown mucus spills from its mouth. Suddenly it feels as if something touches my hand. Something with the same feel as scrambled brains. The mop is easily broken by the orca's body and floats towards me. Or floats around me. Unable to endure it, I cough up air. The air turns to bubbles as I look towards the ceiling. No, there's no longer a ceiling there. This is underwater. If it weren't, blood wouldn't float upwards and mop wouldn't float about. Instead of air, I breathe in water. It's salty. Seawater. I can no longer breathe. A dull sound resonates. Called by the sound, the two orca follow. As if playing around, two of them ran me with their bodies. My insides are jumbled. Something bitter wells up in my mouth. I vomit up something reddish brown. It resembles the guts on an anatomical model. The only difference is how soft it is. The orca bare their fangs. As if they finished playing. Little by little, my body's diminished. I am becoming part of the orca. Unable to be properly consumed by the orca I was supposed to kill, my flesh spills out from its eyeball. That's it. That's right. The eyes and mouth are connected. There's one more thing I've realized. That I'm probably already dead. Earth-shattering. We got killed by the whales. Lovely. But, you know, that's why we do this. See kind of where we screw up. We got another bad end to add to our list.